In today's video, this is part 1 of ranking every NBA duo it is a 3-part series, and it's pretty straightforward. I am ranking every single team's NBA duo from 30 to 1. Now, this is strictly off the actual duos, nothing to do with the team around it. For example, I have, spoiler alert, I have Boston's team over Philadelphia, or Boston's duo over Philadelphia's duo, but that does not mean I would take Boston over Philly in a game. I'm just doing based off their duos. Alright, so with that being said, let's get into part 1, which is going to be 30-21. So yeah, let's go. Coming in at number 30, I have the Orlando Magic's duo with Jonathan Isaac and Markelle Fultz. So first off, I'm going to explain the duo, and then I'm going to explain some other notable players I could have put into the duo, okay? So the Orlando Magic, they are just flat out not a good team. And if you guys missed my video where I ranked every team's best player solo, like just their best player, not duo, you would have seen that I put the Magic at last as well. But yeah, Jonathan Isaac is a great defender. He'll block anyone. He can steal on anyone. He can guard positions 1 through 5. While Markelle Fultz is a great natural scorer who has really played a lot better ever since he's left Philly and came to the Magic. Now, they both suffered ACL injuries in the previous season, but we'll see how that affects them. Now for the guys that I could have put Jalen Suggs, but Jalen Suggs is a rookie, and there are rookies on this list, but I just think Fultz might be a bit better now because we've seen Fultz play, but we haven't seen Suggs play. Now, I know that I'm going to have teams where I put rookies, but they're special cases. I could have also put maybe like Wendell Carter Jr., but I just think Fultz and Isaac are better, and maybe even like Cole Anthony. And if you guys saw my other Magic video, I said that Cole Anthony is going to be better than Markelle Fultz, maybe in like 5 years, but for now I'm going with Fultz and Jonathan Isaac at number 30. Number 29 goes to the San Antonio Spurs duo of DeJounte Murray and Keldon Johnson, a very young duo that can arguably be number 30. And I was really considering putting them number 30, but in the end, 29, it's not much better. Nobody's going to really care. But anyways, this duo consists, like I said, DeJounte Murray and Keldon Johnson. Like I said, two very young guys that are looking promising in the future. Keldon Johnson, he was like, I don't even know, I think he was like pick 29 or something. But yeah, he was a steal in the draft. And DeJounte Murray, he's kind of like an all-around guy. His shooting, I don't really know much about shooting, but I know he is a great defender and a great playmaker. And he's kind of like a young Drew Holiday type guy, and he can his career can fold out to be a Drew Holiday type guy, but this is just now, so they can't really be that much higher. Keldon Johnson is kind of a great all-around player, but there's not really much to say about this duo. At number 28, I have the Oklahoma City Thunder with their duo of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Lu Dort, two Canadians actually. But yeah, you might be thinking, how can a team with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander be that low in terms of duos? Well, duos are duos, and that might make no sense at first, but let me explain this a little bit. So, a dynamic duo is not one great player and then like another guy. It has to actually be two quality players. And the Thunder, Lu Dort really showed himself this year. He's getting better on the offensive end. His defense has always been elite. And then Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he's going to be like an all-star caliber guy for the next 5-10 years. And he's already amazing, who just averaged 26 points. But like I said, this should be a dynamic duo, and it's not. It's really just Shai. Don't get me wrong, Lu Dort's great, but Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is really what brings this duo at 28, which is high for them. Now, there are going to be teams like the Mavericks or the Sixers where they only have one real star, and that's why they're not as high as you think, and the Thunder are kind of the same case. Coming in at number 27, I have the Washington Wizards duo of Bradley Beal and Spencer Dinwiddie. This is honestly not a bad duo, but it's kind of like the Thunder's case where Bradley Beal makes them this high. Spencer Dinwiddie, though, is a great player as well. I mean, he didn't play last year due to a torn ACL, but I think he'll come back from that, come back strong, and he's on a bad team in the Washington Wizards, so I can see him getting 18, 20, maybe even like 22, 23 points per game, while Beal, he's going to do what he always does, carry this team. And duo-wise, this duo looks pretty good. At number 26, I have the Houston Rockets duo of Christian Wood and Jalen Green. Now, like I said before in the Orlando Magic, the reason I didn't put Suggs is because he's a rookie, and I put Jalen Green here, so you might be questioning why. Well, honestly, for the Magic, Markelle Fultz is a quality player, so it's okay if I put out Suggs and Pafultson because they're going to have like relatively similar years if nothing goes wrong. But for the Rockets, John Wall is requesting a trade. And aside from John Wall, who else can you put on the Rockets? And because Christian Wood's kind of a clinch. And then who else you can put on the Rockets? You can put Kevin Porter Jr., but who would want to? You can't put like Sengun, Kenyon Martin, Jayshawn Tate. So this one just goes to Jalen Green because there's just nobody else. But Jalen Green, he's going to be a great scorer. He'll be top 2 in Rookie of the Year voting for sure if everything goes right. And Christian Wood, in my opinion, a very underrated player. He's going to have a breakout year. He averaged like 24 points a game for a little bit last season. I'm not sure if that was his final averages. But yeah, he's going to play really good next year on this Houston Rockets team beside Jalen Green. At number 25, I have the Sacramento Kings, and their duo, I'm going to go with De'Aaron Fox and Tyrese Halliburton. Now, the Kings are kind of a team where their duo's not good, but there are many possible options. So, obviously, De'Aaron Fox is a lock, and I could have went with Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield would have been pretty good. I probably would have, if Tyrese Halliburton wasn't on the Kings. Could have went with Marvin Bagley, and I could have maybe even went with Rashawn Holmes, but ultimately I'm going with Tyrese Halliburton. Tyrese Halliburton just does everything right. Like, he is like the perfect all-around guy, and he's going to develop into something special. Great shooter, some of the best IQ in the league, and probably, besides LaMelo Ball, has the best IQ for a rookie. And overall, he is just going to be a great player, great playmaker, alongside De'Aaron Fox, another underrated player who is going to average 25, 26 points next year. But yeah, this duo is not too good compared to some other duos I have ahead. Honestly, you can even put this duo ahead of some other teams, but I'm putting them right here. The number 24 spot goes to the Cleveland Cavaliers duo of Colin Sexton and Jarrett Allen. And honestly, I love this dynamic duo. It is a very underrated duo in my opinion. First off, you have Colin Sexton, and if you guys watch the channel, you know that I'm a huge fan of Colin Sexton. I have that little short video, just for fun, where I say he'll be an all-star starter in the next couple of years. That is a true statement. I truly think that'll happen. And you have Jarrett Allen, who is a very underrated piece. He was great on the Nets, and then he got traded to the Cavs, and he's even better now. A great shot blocker, great rim protector in general, and he's going to get you buckets on the offensive end too, down low in the paint. And he is also very young, and he is going to have great talent in the future. And even right now, Colin Sexton, amazing scorer. Jarrett Allen, great defender. This is kind of like the Walmart version of Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert. That's how I would put this duo, honestly. And yeah, I could have put Darius Garland in it, but I just think Jarrett Allen's a little bit better. Honestly, I think Sexton's their best player on the team. And at second best, I would go Jarrett Allen. I could also go Darius Garland. And the rest, Kevin Love, I can't really do anymore. Maybe even like a Lauri Markkanen type guy. But for now, this is the duo. At number 23, I have the Detroit Pistons duo of Jeremy Grant and Cade Cunningham. And honestly, I kind of like this duo. I mean, now that I'm thinking about it, it's kind of not better than the Cavaliers duo, but I'm not remaking this list, so whatever. They're 23 right now. You have Cade Cunningham, who's probably a top 5 or top 3 of my favorite players in the league. So, I got to be high on him. I don't know if he'll win Rookie of the Year over Cade, or over Jalen Green, but whatever. And you have Jeremy Grant, who is going to be... honestly, I think that he will still be the leading scorer. This Pistons team is still relatively bad, though I think they'll do good. They're still relatively not amazing. So Jeremy Grant will still lead this team in scoring. Cade Cunningham right behind him. And yeah, Cade Cunningham, he is kind of an all-around guy. I mean, who wouldn't want a 6'8" point guard that can play make, and he can defend, and he can finish, and he can shoot? He's like Ben Simmons with a jump shot. And Cade Cunningham, he's going to have a great rookie year right off the gate. I think he's NBA ready. And overall, I think this duo is okay. Number 22 goes to the Charlotte Hornets with LaMelo Ball and Gordon Hayward. And honestly, I like this duo. I was thinking about putting Terry Rozier there. He's probably the only other guy I can think of that's even close to LaMelo and Hayward. But in the end, I am going with LaMelo and Hayward. LaMelo Ball, his pass IQ is something else. He really showed his playmaking skills in the NBA. Everyone wondered if he was NBA ready, and the answer was yes. He had a great rookie year, 16 points a game, 1 Rookie of the Year, 6 assists, great shooter. And Gordon Hayward, he's kind of that he's kind of like the 3-and-D guy, but he just doesn't play defense. Overall, he's a good player, and he can get you 15, 16, maybe even 18 points. But yeah, this is their duo, and it's pretty good. And our final spot of this episode, I don't know if I did say this before, but I'll say it again. 3-part series, 30-21, 20-11, and 10-1. So yeah, this is part 1, and I don't even know how long this is. I think it's probably like 10-11 minutes. So that, I guess you can see why this is going to be a 3-part series. But yeah, number 21 is the Memphis Grizzlies duo with Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. I like this duo, and there's nobody that can really even come close to these two on their team. Like, maybe Dillon Brooks is the closest, or Steven Adams, but no. But yeah, Ja Morant, I am very high on Ja Morant. I'm one of those guys that I'm like Ja more than Zion. And Jaren Jackson Jr. only played like 10 games last year. Very athletic, great finisher. He's going to develop his jump shot, mark my words. Honestly, currently I think he's overrated, but I think he's better than anyone else on this Grizzlies team. And Ja Morant, he started off last season amazing, and now heading into this season, he is going to be great. Alright, that's going to wrap up my video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you in part 2.